Alright everybody, welcome back to another Chucky video. It's been a little while since we've had one of these due to me waiting for the changes to come through before I gave my full impressions. I did one talking about the PTB changes, and as we've seen, the PTB changes are exactly what came to life. There's no changes. For those who don't know what happened, the big things are Hidey-Ho's cooldown was increased from 10 seconds to 12 seconds. Scamper, the speed was reduced from 1.3 seconds to 1 second, and Rat Poison's effectiveness was cut in half, so now it is a duration of 2.5 seconds for 6 meters rather than 5 seconds for 12 meters. Now, how do these changes affect Chucky overall? So let's go over to them one by one. The first one I want to start off with is the Rat Poison one, because this is probably the biggest thing. Rat Poison is not nearly as good as it was. However, it is still probably Chucky's best add-on. The changes they did, while admirable, and we'll see what happens with them, so far I've noticed that it really didn't change much. He's still basically the same with it, and it still has the same problems it did of removing a lot of the counterplay of Chucky, which is losing line of sight and trying to juke him that way by making him have to guess where you are. So it doesn't really stop that, but it is what it is. Next is the cooldown changes to 12 seconds. I didn't really notice this that much while I was playing him, but from what I understand from the survivors I was going against, many of them said it felt a lot better to play against. It gives them more time to be able to think and get to loops. It punishes Chucky more for missing if he does miss, and it just overall felt better. From the player perspective, it really didn't seem to do much on the Chucky, and you really won't notice the 2 seconds too often. Every now and again you will when the survivor makes it just barely to a window or pallet, but I think that's more than fair. Again, I don't like the idea of Chucky always having an insta-win button depending on the loop and such. And the last thing is the Scamper one. Honestly, it just feels good. You can use it for mobility now and get around the map very fast. It is only about 1/3 of a second, but that does add up, especially if you do more than one Scamper. You're saving yourself almost 2/3 of a second. If you can do it 3 times, you save yourself an entire second. It's kind of nuts in a way. There's a couple changes I'd make to this, but for now, for what we have, that'll be in a later video, I'm sure. I think this is good. Does this change anything with Chucky as far as builds, add-on tier lists, and things like that? Not really. Build-wise, we'll get into this a little later. In the video, in the gameplay I'm going to show, I am using Jagged Compass and Gift of Pain, which I think is actually going to be a very good combo for Chucky. But overall, builds are basically the same as they were. This really doesn't affect anything there. As far as add-ons go, because of Rat Poison's nerf, it's still probably his best add-on. I honestly will still die on this hill. However, some other ones did get buffed inherently because of the cooldown reduction. I'm sorry, the cooldown increase. Power Drill and Automatic Screwdriver were buffed, essentially, because of how percentages work with the numbers. So they were buffed, not too much. Power Drill will now give you 1.2 seconds instead of just 1, which is really nice. This will add up throughout the match, so it's never a bad idea if you can land them. And then Screwdriver is there if you want the cooldown for maybe mobility or if you know you're going to miss a lot. A great learning tool as well. But overall, the changes have been good. I haven't seen anyone complaining about Chucky in a little while, so I don't know. Who knows? Maybe this is good. It should be stated this is only a couple days after the changes. I've only played about 8 or 10 games. But overall, I really like the changes. I didn't really notice too much difference in my gameplay, but he did seem much easier to play against and less frustrating, at least from my end of things. In any case, we're going to show a video of me playing a match on Coldwind. It wasn't too rough. It's about middle-of-the-road survivor skill and things like that. Map offering was brought, so you know they kind of knew what they were doing. In any case, I love y'all as always. Have a good one. Enjoy the games, and yeah, bye. Coldwind, huzzah! What if I just start bringing the fucking sacrificial wards instead of my BP? No one will see it coming. Hey, we're gonna pre-drop that. Let's fucking go. Oh, and we're gonna go away from cat. Oh, thank God. Also, Jagged Compass is so nice because I can just put her on this one. And then make my way over. I don't have to put her on the one closer to the gen. Oh, mind games, baby. Let's go.
Got something for ya. Run, dipshit.
God, I hate Chucky sometimes. The real question is, are they going to heal up or wait? She hadn't had decisive. She was working on a gen. And that is still the gen with the most progress, huh? Oh, and they don't even care just yet.
Good times are coming.
I've got no reason not to tunnel the Claudette out right now. They didn't protect her in the slightest. I think if they can iron out Houndmaster's bugs, she will be one of the better design killers we have. I mean, I think from a design perspective, for sure. I think from a strength perspective, maybe not. But again, the strength isn't the problem to me. It's never been the issue. I talked about it a little bit. Like, I don't care. I mind losing, right? I think a lot of people know this. I really don't care. It's just when I was playing her, it just felt so bad, you know? In most of my chases, I didn't feel like I had a power half the fucking time, you know? Good. There we go. Also, they have the Gift of Pain debuff right now, which is so nice. She for sure will be niche even if she gets her issues. Oh yeah, that's also true.
Don't worry. Shouldn't be too long now.
That is also true. I think, like, there's a lot of issues with her that need to be worked out. The bugs, obviously, are the big thing. Once I get Chuck spotted Leon. See if I can stop that heal. I don't know where they went. I'm gonna go kick the gym, though. I can't imagine the feat of coding magic it took to get the dog to work as a basic level as to command them. That's the other thing. I heard a lot of people complaining, like, behavior doesn't know how to code. Anyone who's coded AI before or knows anything about coding AI knows that that shit is not easy. You know? It is no easy feat.
About fucking time.
Like, in the slightest. So, like, I don't blame the dog being as bad as it is. I do blame for them not compensating a bit because of it. Still the gem with the most progress, huh? He's still around. By release schedules and all that. That is also true. And I know, like, some of us complain about the whole release schedule thing. As someone who's worked in business, it just is what it is. Sometimes you gotta release a shitty product. Oh, I hit the head. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta release a shitty product, you know? Also, not gonna lie, the info from Jagged Compass has been kind of nice. I was not expecting to, like, get that much use out of, like, its main point, you know? They're both on Death Hook. I don't know, he did keep running. He just lost me during the camera lock. I got time. But I do hope we get the significant changes that she needs. Again, and I know I said this a lot in the video, but I do think Snug needs a bigger hitbox. Not a majorly larger hitbox, like a tiny bit bigger. Just to make it a little bit more forgiving. It just seems very, very precise right now. To the point to where it seems almost impossible to hit unless you're picture perfect, you know? Wow. Of all the things that got her, it was that. It was the moonwalk. Okay. Most people would probably rather see content released like 70% working than wait an extra month. That's a weird one. Because I do kind of agree. I do think people would rather see the content out and then fix later a lot more often, but it does leave a bad taste in people's mouths, you know? Chuck spotting is so much fun. Oh, it gets value all the time. What do you mean? You'd be surprised.
No more Mr. Good Guy!
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you, you moron.